In summing up your riding abroad, Charlie, how would you summarize it? Spend a buck aside.
Oh God, I learned to ride there. That's when you ride every day, it's different from Cameron's Park when you ride only on Saturdays and Wednesdays. If you do something every day, you get in tune, your body, your mind, your whole DNA becoming one with the horse, and you learn to really ride and become one with the horse and really fine tune your riding.
Any idea how many winners you would have posted abroad?
Yeah man, I mean, over 600 and, about 630. And another 600 here locally at the time. So, no, over 1,000 here, 1,200 here. So, is it 600 plus?
1,200.
1,200.
1,800 plus.
Yeah. Yeah, my total career.
And you decided to come back to Jamaica?
Yes, back in the 80s, early 80s, I was married to an American woman. They had 2 children. Marriage didn't work out, so I left and came back home in the 80s to ride at Cameron's Park, yeah.
And again, further success. Tell us about some of them.
Yeah. By time 2000 and I think it was 2000 or 98. By 98, I was champion jockey.
Again, for the third time?
For the third in Jamaica. So it was a good stretch, 20 odd years.
Right.
And then in 2005, I was champion jockey again. And yeah, I was having fun, good times. Won the Derby a couple of times, couple of Derby winners. Terremoto won the Trinidad Derby. Those are good times. He was a versatile horse. He could go from 7 furlongs to a mile and a half. This horse would relax, put him anywhere. You could talk to this horse. You could tell him left lead, right lead. And you just relax any space and just shoot when you want. Nice horse. I love that horse.
Tell us about some of the rivalries with Georgie, Winston, Emilio, Neville, you name it.
Yes. Well, the main rival was George. When George was here riding, I couldn't beat him, and George used to beat me up all the time. In a close finish, George would get the better of me all the time. George was a master. Time I was a young boy, I just tried to emulate George, but George cheated me out to ride.
What did you see in George that made him so special?
I think he was a little older than me, a little stronger than me, and but we started right at the same time, but I think he was more strong because he was working horses every morning, I wasn't. So I think he was a little stronger than me. So he would put it on me more time than less.
And in the latter years, when you came back in the late 90s
George didn't come back to ride Jamaica. Only when he would get invited back, and that's when I put it back on him. Yes, when George come back, invitation to ride big races like
Super
Stakes, put it on George 1 year, man. I said, well, that though.
We are very good lifelong friends now that we're retired from horse racing. But we did many battles at Caymanas Park.
Yes.
And I can't tell you how many times he ran me second with Rambin. Rambin was like 6 straight 5, 6 races straight.
That's the only time I could have put it on you when I had a big horse and ride. But I'm a whole for the time. You give me some big lick, George. I said, whoa,
yeah,
beat this
just tit for tat, back and
time.
forth. Yeah, but no, the smoke has cleared. Charlie says he's at peace with Spenderbuck, not me. It hurt me still. It hurt me still that Charlie lost that mount. Because I know what it is to come this close to winning the Kentucky Derby.
I know.
But it is good for him that he has made peace with it.
I'm telling you.
But all his fans like me, we are still hurt.
Listen, George. In life, you learn. That horse taught me humility and what it is to be gifted with a good horse. And I feel so privileged to have ridden a good horse. That would be too much to go ride and win the Derby now. So I said, thank you God for that alone. It's like asking too much. You want to ride a good horse and win the Derby too? You ask too much, my youth. Relax the way you get. I say, yes, that, thank you.
We're thankful for small mercy.
Oh, God, yeah, man. And, that horse, after that propelled me to win a lot, taught me how to ride good horses. When you ride a good horse like that, he was a naturally gifted horse. Wasn't a big bone horse. Wasn't a big breed horse. Trained by a trainer, never trained a horse in his life. Owned by an owner, but never owned a horse in his life. 2 first time people come with a jockey.
Yeah.
You know?
Story, yeah.
Yeah, that's one in a million story.
But let me tell you, sorry. Tell them about Titania. His dad trained Titania, and I won the Jamaica Derby.
Yes.
And Titania, trained by his dad, Larry Hussey.
But back up then. You used to ride Titania, trained by Silvera,
who migrated.
And then my father took over when Silvera migrated. He said, "Father, always take over them barn." That time I said, "Right, I give you for ride some old horse."
He's trying to steal the mount from me.
That time, George was still riding. So come now with Titania. Daddy, I train the horse. So I said, "Daddy, may I ride the horse?" He said, "No, George, I ride." I said, "What, Daddy? This is your son." He said, "No, George, I ride the horse. George, I have to ride that. George know the horse." I said, "What?" Makes it one man.
True.
George ride the horse. I win the Derby, the Jamaica Derby.
Charlie, you also went on in your career to be a racing official at a racetrack. Tell us about that.
Oh yes. So after retiring for a number of years, my good friend Andrew Azar, which was on the board of members, he said, "Look at Charlie, I want you to come on board and help me because this racetrack, we need help. We need a jockey on the board, you know, being a steward." I says, "Well, they never had a jockey on the board yet, you know." I said, "You have to talk to your internal people." Long story short, within 6 months, the stewards came to me and said, "Look here, this is our plan. We want to have a jockey on the board. We never had a jockey yet. This is the requirements, you know. This is the paper, what we need you." And they gave me some information to study up on the racing rules of race riding and the stewardship. So after about 6 months, I took an internal exam with them, and they said, "Okay, you can become a race day steward." So I became a race day steward on the board, and on a Tuesday to sit in on the when they have inquiries, disciplinary actions for the jockeys. So I did that for about 2 or 3 years, working at a racetrack whenever it was my time. You know, I didn't work every race day. They used to have a rotation, and I would help them reading the race films on a race day and the inquiry on a Tuesday too. So I was a good help to show them angles which they as non-riders couldn't really see. I used to tell the stewards, no, this jockey, the horse is in the right lead, but the horse is veering out, but you see the jockey trying his best, but the horse has a problem. And you can't really blame the jockey. You know, the jockey hitting the right stick and still the horse veering out. The horse have a problem with him trying his best, so we can't penalize him and suspend him, let's warn him, and, you know. So little things like that, I would show them what they couldn't see, as I could none of them, the stewards at the time.
You were helping them with the interpretation of what was taking place.
And what the jockeys were doing and what they were not doing. And they would say, "Oh, this jockey not trying, or he's not trying hard enough." I said, no, look at it closely. The horse have a problem. The horse is getting out, or the horse getting in him, trying to keep the horse straight. He's not pulling up the horse. The horse look like him lame, because the horse have one lead. So the horse have a problem. It's not that him ducking the horse or trying to pull up the horse. So things that the stewards, being none of them ever ride a horse, they couldn't interpret and understand what the jockey was doing.
Yes.
So I would help them with that.
Charlie also tutors the young apprentice, right?
So, and at the time, little after that, the commission came to me and said, "Look here, we want you to run the jockey school. Be a part of the jockey school." At the time, it was just, you go to the track with the young riders, the 18 or the 20 of them, and you show them how to ride the track. So I said to them, "Gentlemen, that is a waste of time. I can't teach. I could be the greatest rider or teacher. I couldn't do that. I don't think it's the right way. What we really need is a mechanical horse. Bring a mechanical horse, find a location, and I can teach them one-on-one right here. Put them on the horse." I said, "This is the way you cross your rein, this is the way you whip your horse, and ride. This way I can show the class on real life on the horse. Not a real horse, but the closest thing to a mechanical horse." And that's what I did. They brought down a mechanical horse. We had a spot at the polo field. We had a little room and a veranda. We'd have the mechanical horse, and I would show them, give them demonstrations. This is how you sit, this is how you ride. And we'd have races, simulated races, changing the whip, show them how to change the goggles, everything. And that was the biggest help. 'Cause I could show them firsthand. No, put your hand here, sir. Do it this way. Change the stick here now. Correct it right there. I couldn't do that on the track. So I would teach them how to ride, how to sit, how to look, everything right there in real time on the mechanical horse.
And I can say this, Charlie, sorry to cut you.
Yes.
But we have spoken to a number of, particularly the recent graduates. And to a man, each of them spoke about the importance of the mechanical horse. It has aided their development.
I was the one who convinced them to bring the mechanical horse. That would be a big aid and a big help, and would teach them how to ride. And I could teach them how to change a whip, how to change goggles. I had simulated races where I would say, okay, the horse drifting in, and we'll ride and say, the horse drifting to the right, correct him, change the stick to the right. Okay, your goggles mud up, change your goggles, don't lose the I do simulation. I think I used to throw some dirt on them too, and things like a race, I don't remember. And give them a real life feel. No, I used to tie a rope onto the mechanical horse and have the horse drift to the left or drift to the right. I have some jockeys pulling the rope. I say, okay, the horse drifting right, change it now, make a correction, change the stick. And they do the simulation and got a lot of experience. And because of that, my first set of apprentices that I trained, ended up with 16 of them graduate. The first day they all ride it in parimutuel races. The first race, my apprentice win. Second race, another one win. First race, them were riding up. The third race at Kimmel's Park, another one of my apprentices win. Everybody say, Ross, Hussey, hold on, Hussey. Apprentice them are win. The fourth race at Kimmel's Park, one of my apprentices won the first race, in come back. The second race he's riding, him win the fourth race at Kimmel's Park. 4 for 4. The fifth race, a local jockey win a race. The fifth race, another apprentice ride and win for the first time. Only 4 of them rode that day. 4 of them rode the day. All 4 won their first race, and 2 of them won first and second, and won 2 races. They broke all kind of records. And it was all because of the mechanical horses. They knew what to do. And everybody was saying, boy, this a batcher who never see this batcher. Them is champion rider, big God, big God. And I just said, no, them have whole practice with the mechanical horse.
I had one class like that, sorry. I had one class like Charlie, 1 year, and I had 22 students. They all graduated, and Paul Francis was, right now I think he's the most successful rider.
He was one in the class?
Paul Francis, yeah.
This before the mechanical horse?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, back then we didn't have any videos.
Okay.
Didn't have any videos. I was just...
Over 800 winners at Cayman's Park.
Yeah. He caught my eye.
Including 6 in a day.
Yes, he did.
Including 6 in a day.
Paul Francis?
Yes.
Paul
Nice.
But successfully, I've seen a lot of them in Florida. And they're not riding horses, but they're galloping horses in the mornings, and they're making a very good living.
You two have been there, done that. Racing competitive, and you are competitors, but friends. How important during your time of safety? And I'm sure you probably watch races now and then here. And what you see now, how does that translate to when you were riding?
Oh, yeah. When I started riding, we didn't require a helmet to get on the racetrack or a safety vest. And we didn't have, like, the ambulance. The ambulance would be right there in the mornings. We had to get some, if we got hurt in the morning, we had to get picked up by a friend or someone taken to the hospital. So the safety part of it, I don't know how we made it.
Oh, we never did.
So injury-free.
Yeah, lucky none of us didn't die.
And we had this crazy thing too. Once a week, the horses will go the reverse way around the track, and they would duck and dive through the gaps. Whose idea that was,
I don't know.
It was the procedure.
I used to
and we
hate
just
it.
followed.
I used to hate it.
Yeah. I used to duck the racetrack in Thursday mornings.
Yeah. But the opposite way. It's so crazy.
The gates, let me tell you this. Back then, the starting gates had no padding. It was all metal, right? A horse will flip like with me, a horse flip with me, and I hit my back on the back of the gate, which is all metal, and the horse fell on top of me.
We
So
don't
that
want
was
to
like a lifetime of back pay. So don't want to hear about that.
What you guys think about
Yeah.
the level of jockeyship now?
Much better,
Yes,
much
oh
better.
yes, yes.
These guys
That's
have all
structured, yeah.
equipment, you see, and
The jockeys
when you
training
can
too-
ride
they have
a
two
race,
mechanical horses now,
Yeah.
and they have a good set of guys doing them. I'm not doing it
film
anymore.
is easily accessible
when
now.
Right.
after a race,
They have a good
rider
background.
can look at what he done,
Right.
and if he makes a
Replays.
mistake, he can pick it up quick. Me and Charlie, you know what we got to see? A picture in the winner's circle. So
Yeah.
we by
Yeah, no
looking like
replay.
monkeys on a horse down the stretch. We don't know
We didn't
that.
have no replay.
We-
Unless you catch JBC that night, you might have seen this last 2 furlong, them are running on TV, JBC. And that's the
Race
only
farm,
replay we see.
none of that. Never had a thing called race farm. We just had a
A
piece
book,
of paper,
yeah,
a
we
sheet
just-
of paper
yeah,
with the
but-
weights, and we go around and we pick out rides, and that was it. No agents.
Yeah, yeah, no.
I hear riders have agents now today.
Yeah, no,
We have
no agents back
agent
then.
back
Just-
then.
it's got-
So we're just going around off memory, pick which ride we can get.
Big ride, big ride.
Big rides.